These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Militia Man. Says Al-Sudani came home from the United States of America. He showcased his presentation. He did very well professionally. Turns out people felt he was a statesman all around the world. When it comes down to it, are you going to do a tripartite budget at 1310? The answer is probably 100% no, in my opinion. Mark Z via PDK says there are a number of articles and comments that we are to expect some kind of announcement out of Iraq on Tuesday on how they plan to handle the exchange rate. Perhaps this means they're still fighting the rate in the parallel market, or perhaps this is our full-blown reevaluation. We're expecting some kind of announcement on the value of the Iraqi dinar to the US dollar. Nader from the Mideast says the HCL, they start payment tomorrow, goes all the way to the 28th to the 8th of October for 10 days. They're gonna pay people. Susie says, I would like to think this Jolly Farms ride is about to come to an end soon. With all the meetings with UST, WTO, AMF, travels back and forth between countries, contracts being signed, countries pouring in to do business, Iraq to be the leader in the Middle East, and so on and so forth. This cannot drag out. I'm personally looking for this soon, not months down the road, as international business, if all true, won't stand for it. Walking Stick says the tender that put Kurdistan and Erbil, the last remaining banks that are outside the reform process, in line, the tender for the currency and coins has been met per request, meaning the needed currency and coins, the count and the value for the release of the new exchange rate has been fulfilled. Pimpy says the reverse of the authorization for military use that can actually be done by next week. I'm looking forward to that because I'm curious to see how that's going to work out, how that affects the sanctions that are against the currency of Iraq. Because if we can get those reversed, that's going to be a major step for Iraq and the Iraqi dinar. Mark Z via PDK from a Bloomberg quote, article quote, Iraqi central bank to restrict internal trades to dinar. Mark Z says they are de-dollarizing payments in dinar only. They cannot do that and handle trades without the dinar having a more meaningful value and is international. Also, they are expected to formally announce this on October 4th. There's a lot happening on October 4th. To me, this means they need a new value by October 4th. I'm hearing they really do expect that dinar rate change by October 4th. Jeff says you might want to go see what day of the month Kuwait reinstated the value of their currency because history is about to repeat itself between Iraq and Kuwait. They're going to revalue on the same day of the month that Kuwait did. Militiaman article quote, the invitation to organization to attend the introductory symposium on Iraq's entry into the World Trade Organization, which is being held on the 4th of October. Militiaman says the showcasing of them having an international exchange rate has got to be coming because the WTO is not going to allow, in my opinion, ascension to the WTO without having a valuation of their country. Pimpy says after the past week, we're seeing a lot of things happening fairly quick over there in Iraq. You guys want to know if I'm excited about what's going on? Of course I am. Is it good news? Of course it is. But what do I always say? Stay grounded. Because when it comes to Iraq, they have a habit of doing a lot of great things, doing something that all screws it up. But this time around, I'm more optimistic than I am pessimistic. All right, lastly, we have Mark Z via PDK question. What about the oil for dinar program? Is that still happening? Mark Z's answer is I'm told that is still happening. That is how we should get more than the street rate.